Understanding most of Professor Wole Soyinka's works is not a stroll in the park. That's the reason why there are some of his works he never likes performers to torch, and for those who dare to tread that path, the challenge is not only for the cast to interpret it, but for the audience to understand the storyline which could leave them confused. What is this play all about?
Three classic positions. Upright, take off, and throw. Well, guys, listen, we will never go that way.
The Dance of the Forests, Madmen and Specialists, Opera Wonyosi and A Play of Giants are just a few of his power plays that create that puzzle in the mind and raises more questions. That did not stop this troupe from taking a leap of faith to stage Madmen and Specialists, which is part of that list of complex plays. The Nobel laureate expects the spectator to look beyond the surface and grab the message the play is trying to communicate, which may not correlate with the actions on stage.
Who is down to earth? How about illusions?
I need no illusions. I control lives.
Control lives. Tell me, what does that mean?
The play is a tragic satire of humankind immersed in war. Although war is barely mentioned, it stems from Kongi's 22-month detention during the Biafran War in Nigeria, which was spent in solitary confinement. Although his autobiographical work, The Man Died, captures more vividly his life behind bars. In the plot, we see beggars who were actually guards on a special undercover mission.
When we got him into that underground place, he did not make a single noise, and your sister was fast asleep.
Their leader is Dr. Bero, a medical specialist whose talents have been perverted by his activities and quest for power.
It was the first step to power, you understand? You know, power in its purest form, the end of inhibition, the conquest of your all too human flesh with all its sentiments.
His sister has taken an oath with the guardians of the earth to protect her family.
These hands are not ready to wind shrouds. We shall drink palm wine very soon when someone returns. Amen.
He deals everyone that stands in his way a big blow with no regard for blood ties that even his father is not spared. The old man is locked up and placed on the guard by the physically and psychologically damaged war veterans whom he once treated.
What is up?
In the way I feel flattered. You want to borrow my magic key? Just open only one door at a time.
What is up?
And Rusty bends one poisonous. When you're through, the lock is broken, the room empty.
Why us?
Sickened by a despicable son's corruption, the physician father goes to harrowing lengths to get his son to face the reality of what he has become, a beast.
We practice without passion.
Practice.
With no ill will.
No.
With good intention.
No.
That the end
No.
shall justify the meanness.
No.
Practice. Practice.
The guardians of the earth are demanding retribution for their services, but Bero is having none of it, and it's guns against magic.
Go back. Oh yeah. Stop that. What? Back. Stop that. Wait. I have a question.
Shut that the hole. Shut that the hole. Up to me. Riot.
Bero also attempts to extract the secret of his father's continued influence on the gods, and this leads to a fatal confrontation.
Let us see what makes the heretic flee.
Hey, old man, stop it.
The work combines Yoruba rituals of song and chants with sharp parody, creating deft plays on words that distort their meaning while accentuating the potency of language. The audience scratch at ideas on what their understanding of the play is.
Like for about 30 minutes of the whole show, I was just wondering, what the beggars here? What's their essence? It's actually towards the end that everything started coming together.
For the cast, it was more than picking up the scripts and memorizing the lines.
As in all cases, getting into a character is not easy. First of all, you've got to understand what you're playing to a reasonable extent, which we were able to do as a group. And on my own study too, I had to read up on what happened to people who go to war, soldiers or civilians who are conscripted into war. What happens to them when they return?
Beyond showing that abuse of any type of power, be it spiritual, psychic, physical, should not be condoned, the play speaks out against the ills of war, and that in the end, the only victim is man.
And if you thought that was interesting, you ain't seen nothing yet, because there's more where that came from coming up after this short break.